Welcome back. Welcome to Write With Me. I'm Joe, and today we are going to do some outlining and writing. We are going to look at the Xanatos Gambit. We're going to look at today's prompt, which is about character and sentimentality, and we are going to do a writing sprint. So let's get started. So if you haven't got it already, you can grab the printout of the Xanatos Gambit in my Patreon account. Grab that and come back, and we're going to work through that and write a really compelling villain plan. So the Xanatos Gambit, there's a video, I've linked it below in the comments, and you can grab that and you can watch that through. But basically, Xanatos is a character from Disney's Gargoyles, and he always wins, even when he loses. He's really clever that way. So the Xanatos Gambit starts when the villain is challenged or challenges the good guys, the heroes, in this case the gargoyles, and if he defeats them, then he wins, obviously. But if he defeats them, then he's got a backup plan, and then he has a backup plan for his backup plan, and backup plan for his backup plan, and at the end of the day, he always wins. And you can check out that video and grab that downloadable for more information about that. But we're going to do this for our own stories. So my story is a ghost story, and my ultimate villain is a ghost called Yara. And I've kept Yara mostly off screen. And I know kind of in my head sort of what this ghost is up to. But I'm going to break it down with using this gambit. So their first sort of like thing is that they like to make baby ghosts, and then they make a baby ghost, but the doctors revive the victim, which is my main character's sister. So they revive her. So then what her next kind of course of action is going to be to take the ghost anyway. So she can person with a ghost, but that ghost isn't aware that they're a ghost. So they're still loyal to their sister. They think that they're still alive. So she's going to trick her and tell her that, that she's her mother and that she should go with her. So this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, because now I've got an active protagonist. So I had passive protagonist, things were happening, and it was kind of thwarting my ghost plan, but it's getting a little more complicated. And this is the point where I'm in the story. This is a muddy middle. And my protagonist has got some allies and some tools and is on their way to basically exorcise this ghost from the hospital in order to save her sister. So what's she going to do? What's this ghost going to do? Well, this ghost has a tool up her sleeve. She has the ghost of her sister as an ally. She's going to send this ghost, and she's going to delay Priscilla so that Priscilla isn't there when and her plan is she's going to turn one of Scylla's allies into a ghost as well. That's sort of what I've described here, that if Scylla goes after her sister, then Yara wins because the exorcism doesn't work and we lose allies. But if she doesn't, then she's going to lose her sister, which is the ultimate goal. So that's sort of what I've described here. But I want to come up with this at the end too, and I want to make it in such a way that Scylla can't win. That Yara or it feels like all hope is lost, because that'll keep my reader reading and will she actually be able to defeat this ghost? This ghost is so clever. Which is what I love about the Xanatos Gambit, is it really makes me think about what's going on inside my villain's mind, more than motivation, but their plan and their strategy. So they're not just like, I want to take over the world, and that's so boring. But have a look at that and do it for yourself, and you can replay this and do it with me if you'd like, and go through those pages and figure it out. And some of the questions that I ask in this, which I might do before it's a shame that it didn't go on forever. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go on to today's prompt. Cool. So today's prompt is what is your MC sentimental? It's extremely hard to write, and I don't know if I'm being successful because I don't know what it's like to be that more than anything else. But she is highly traumatized, and I'm exploring what that would mean for her as opposed to what it would mean for me. And so I didn't mean to create this character, but I did, and I like her a lot. I think I would be her friend, which I don't think I could say about many of my characters. But I think I think she would make me very sad because of how much she hides. And then I had to ask this question: what is she sentimental about? Well, she sort of avoids any kind of emotion. Unlike me, I just sort of put it all out there, but she avoids it, puts up lots of walls, and I'm crashing down her walls in this story. I'm all about she's got release papers for her sister, and those are very precious to her because those release papers signify being able to get out of this crazy haunted hospital. So that is something that she's hugely sentimental about. So that's pretty cool. All right. So the last thing on our to-do list today is to do a sprint. So I'm going to write the organ scene. This was a prompt from a few days ago, and it's been on my kind of radar for a while. And I'm going to write freehand today. I do have my novel up on my screen, but I'm going to write freehand. Friendly ghost, display their organs, or I might actually have another ghost because they're all see-through, showing off their organs, and that could be kind of horrific and scary and but also kind of humorous and funny and a nice way to start the third act, because after having everything kind of lost and stuff, or maybe that can kind of come into play with the fact that we've got an unconscious character in Scylla's sister, and then we're going to have a dead character, and maybe bring organ donation into that. So I'm gonna do that really quick. So Poe is Poe is my friendly ghost. Poe is the perfect character to frustrate her because she's very frustrating. And then what I like to do once I kind of have an idea of what I want down there is that I'll have my 5 mandatory. I just skipped 3. I just heard 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. What are they called? Commandments of storytelling, as Story Grid says. So that is your inciting incident, your progressive complication, your crisis, climax, and resolution. So the resolution I already know. I know that I want Scylla to have a new resolve to move forward. And I know my progressive complication is going to be oh, I just had a really dark thought. What if they could save Anna if they had organs to donate, and Scylla's sister is a match, but she's not dead? That is interesting. That gives me my crisis. Do we save Anna and sacrifice us? Well, I should say I'm listening to a playlist I created for this, and if you want to listen to it too, I don't want to play it live because I don't own the rights to the songs, but if you want to listen to it too, I've put a link in Spotify and you can listen as well. It might not fit your story, but it's kind of quirky ghost story playlist, which is sort of interesting. It has words, which I really enjoy, but some people don't like to have words in there when they're writing, but I like it because similar to ADHD, dyslexia, I don't get to use it that much, but my character Kristen can't. And so the ghost has said something Scylla doesn't like. This is a great opportunity, because Gunner's heard it, for Kristen to get that information out of Gunner, which I'm really excited about. So cool. I love this. This is so much fun. Thank you for joining me. I can see we're almost at the 40-minute mark. I'm going to keep going, but thank you very much for joining me. And we'll do this again very soon. Subscribe to my channel. And I will also be posting a edited version of this without the little breaks we're having, so that you can get just a highlights version very soon. Thank you very much, and keep writing.